All right, there's our fish. Let's get him on the table. And when he was in my cooler earlier, he was very slimy, and it looks like he's just as slimy as before. I just want to show you guys, this is crazy. Do you see that? That is just like the nastiest thing. This deep water grouper has so much slime, and it's a coat that helps protect them from parasites attaching to them. So before I fillet them, let me get all this slime off. We're gonna be using my Smith consumer product blades today. We've got their fillet knives and also my Darcizzle fillet knives, so don't forget about that. We got a promo code you guys can use, Darcizzle 15% off plus free shipping. But let's dive right into filleting this delicious fish. So like I said, this is a deep water grouper, commonly known as a deep water grouper, found in depths of over 300 feet and above and deeper. This fish was very, very shallow, very rare and uncommon to catch one so shallow, so close to shore. So we're gonna just dive right into this like any other fish I would fillet. I just try to get a lot of slime off of him, but he's still covered in slime, so we're just gonna do our very best. But these fish, I don't know if you guys know, this is a 30-pounder. They get up to 400 pounds. The world record is like 400 and something pounds. And a 350-pound fish was aged at 50 years old. So these fish live a very long time. And they're also just covered in crazy, super razor sharp edges that'll cut you. That'll sever an artery right there. Even in their dorsal fin, they have a crazy sharp blade right here. That is razor sharp. Even on their dorsal fin, and the dorsal fin up here is just, every one of those spikes are razor sharp. So you guys gotta watch yourself if you ever put one in your boat. All right, let's dive right into this. We're just gonna fillet it like a lot of other fish you guys see me do. We're just going right behind that gill plate, and we're gonna work all the way into the head as much as we possibly can. And I'm gonna just do this with feel. That way, let the knife do this for me and glide over those bones. And I really like to feel where it's soft so I can get the knife in there. But it looks like we can go pretty far up into his head. Perfect. Now, we're just gonna run the knife down his backbone like any other fish. And are you guys seeing these scales? Like, they have layers and layers of scales. Like, that's another thing that just protects them on the bottom and where they live in the structure and rocks and stuff. So we're just going right down the back, all the way to the tail, going through the tail. And now we're just gonna take our time and go down the backbone here. He's an awkwardly shaped fish, so I'm gonna do the very best that I can, but I'm really excited to see this meat. I know any grouper is pretty much delicious, but I am just so thrilled and excited to have my first ever. And I'm really just letting that knife glide for me. I'm gonna turn him up a little bit. Sometimes this gives me a better angle so I can get in there. And he has a massive belly on him too, but wait till you guys see this gorgeous meat. Oh my gosh, it looks amazing. All right, now we're to the spine. You guys see that? That is just like some of the most gorgeous looking meat I have ever seen on a fish. So excited to see what Cooking with Puddin' cooks for us in the kitchen. But you see, I'm just taking my time, working all the way down on this delicious fish. Also, if you guys didn't know, grouper is one of those fish that is the only grouper that has 10 dorsal spines, which is pretty cool. And they're most similarly related to the Goliath. All right, now turn them back up, and we're gonna fillet off the rest of this fish. See how crazy his rib cage bones stick out? Look at that fillet, guys. Wow. All right, so like I said, if you're interested in this blade, you saw how razor sharp that was, and it just cut them up with ease, no problem. You guys, check them out. Smith Consumer Products, Darcizzle 15, all right? But look at that. Look at that grouper fillet, baby. That is so thick. That is like at least 2 inches thick. Gorgeous. All right, so we're gonna put this guy to the side. You can see there, we did a pretty good job. Got all that delicious grouper meat. Now, for the fun part, we're going to be skinning them. You can leave the skin on if you want to cook it like that, but we are not going to do that today. I'm going to switch to my Darcizzle blade, my 6-inch curved fillet knife. And I'm just going to cut these pin bones a little bit, get that started. just like that. Now, I'm going to start with the 7, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to try to go all the way down the fish here. It's going to be very difficult, and he's pretty thick and wide. So we're just going to take our time, keep the blade up a little bit, and then I'm going to make a cut. I'm going to stop the fillet right about here, make a cut. Look at that. This is one way to handle it and keep it in manageable pieces. Look at that gorgeous meat. It looks like grouper cheek meat. Like, that's how delicious this meat looks already. And the grouper cheek meat is a delicacy. And you see I kept that blade just a little bit up. He definitely has a red bloodline very close to the skin. So just keep it up. And I'm just gonna do the same thing all the way down, getting every piece of this meat. There we go. And now I make another cut. This is gonna feed like 2 people right here. This is so much meat. You can see we're just keeping them in equal sized pieces so that it cooks evenly. Oh man, that looks so good. Just laying it right there. Now the head meat, the meat that's closest to the bone is usually the tastiest meat. There's the pin bones I just cut out. And there's the last piece, all right? So we broke that up into manageable sections, and I got every piece of meat, maybe left a millimeter on the skin, but not the end of the world. We did a great job. So that's how we fillet a delicious Warsaw grouper.